my last tip is actually in the calendar. So I'm going to come into open up my calendar view here. So it's my Outlook calendar. Whoops, let me come back to my calendar. Don't panic. I've changed it. So there you go. I'll just so you might have your calendar set up. I've just given away the big hint. I've got my calendar set up like that, and it's got all my bits and pieces in it. And then sometimes you need to toggle back and forth between different apps and things. It'd be great to put everything into one spot. So what you do is you come up to here where you've got your viewing of your irregularity or the size of the calendar you're looking at up here. And there's a downward arrow on it. You hit the downward arrow, and down the bottom, there is a thing called boards. Now, just an anomaly is that when I was using this morning on my Mac and I had Edge running, boards did not appear inside Edge for me. But when I opened it up inside Chrome, boards appeared inside Chrome. Similar to the way I've got multiple time zones across here, I've got that set up on my Mac, and sometimes it appears in Edge and sometimes it doesn't. It's just really quite weird. I haven't quite worked out why. Anyway, let's come to boards. And what boards does is it opens up a whole lot of stuff that you want to see on a board. And that's why it's called boards, which is fantastic. So it brings in by default, you've got your calendar, so you can see your calendar here. You can bring in your tasks as well. You can add a note. You can put a bit of a goal that you might want to have. And as you can see, this is actually a thing that I can move around all over the place to be able to create like a workflow space for myself. Now, if you want to add something to a board, you can come up to the top here and go add, and you might want to add a calendar, another note. So you could have your calendar, you might have your boss's calendar there as well. So you can have multiple calendars so you can see that view, a task list, or you can add a collection, or you can add a file. Now, a file is really handy because what I've done here is I've linked in this file here, but on my work account, not my demo account, in my file, in that kind of section there, I've got about 9 or 10 files that I'm working on today. So I just go to one spot, click on it, takes me straight to the file. It's ready to rock and roll for me. If I want to change any of the colors in here to make it look nicer, I click on the little dot. I can set a due date in here, but I can also come to the color and put charcoal. Looks a bit nicer. Let me put a due date on here to be in there, and that's good. Now I've got a due date on there, and I'll get a reminder for that as well. You can keep on adding to your board as much as you like because you can just keep on expanding. So down the bottom here, when you click on your board, you get this kind of window here. So it means you can actually scan and move across. So you can have stuff right across on the right-hand side or left-hand side or down the bottom. It's an endless kind of space where you can put the things that you want to see. Really, really handy. You can also lock your board and then you can name it so you can always come back to it at any time as well. It's a really handy tool to be able to kind of bring all your thoughts together in one spot, be it your email, your to-do list, any notes that you're working on, any files that you're working on, any goals that you've got, and also can bring in the temperature for today to make it even better for you. So that's boards. I think they are cool. I think they're just in their infancy now. I think they're going to get to the stage which they are really good. So Catherine, if it's not coming up for you, check your version of your browser is my first one. For me, it worked in Chrome. It didn't work in Edge. And then it's up on the top. Let me come back and come out of here. It's living at the top here with that drop-down arrow. Your boards will be down the bottom there in that space as well.